In this week's Jaunts with John T, we spend the day in Reykjavik, Iceland on the first day of our Viking cruise exploring this beautiful country. We get a chance to admire the iconic Hallgrimskirkja church and walk around this charming city. Howdy, 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 and welcome to Jaunts with John T. I am John T, and this week we are in beautiful Reykjavik, Iceland. It is a little bit chilly, very windy day. Hopefully it's not too windy for the microphone, but not too bad. We are here on a cruise around Iceland on Viking Cruise Line, and this is our first day, and we're spending the day here in Reykjavik. So I'm going to do a little tour of the town right now and take you along with me. The first thing we want to do is we definitely want to head over to the cathedral because we want to see the famous Reykjavik Cathedral, and we'll see what else we see along the way. So why don't you come on this joint with us? behind me is the famous Hallgrimskirkja, and please forgive me if I'm completely butchering that name. It is, of course, I'm not sure if it's considered a church or a cathedral, but it is a landmark here in Reykjavik. It was, construction started in 1945. The architects wanted it to kind of reflect the glaciers and the mountains of Iceland, which I definitely think they did a great job there. It's a beautiful building, absolutely gorgeous. The interior is spectacular. It was not consecrated, it wasn't finished and consecrated until 1986, even though, from what I understand, the tower, which is kind of the main kind of symbol of the church, was finished long before that. But it was considered completed in 1985, and it was consecrated in 86. But it's an absolutely beautiful building, and obviously if you come here to Reykjavik, you've got to come to Hallgrimskirkja. Charlie was just mentioning that she had read that when the church was originally built, it was criticized for being too old-fashioned, which seems very unusual because it feels very modern to me. Almost kind of brutalist, but you know, when I think of brutalist architecture, I think of things that are not really attractive, and obviously Hallgrimskirkja is an absolutely beautiful building. So. And I disagree. I don't think it's old-fashioned at all. I think it's very modern. And I think it's, like I said, a really beautiful building. And if you do come and see it, you definitely want to be sure to go inside. It's the inside of the church is gorgeous. Oh my God, it smells good. An Icelandic punk museum has got to have the sugar cubes.
I love it. Only underground. It's great.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Jaunts with John T. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give us a like. We really enjoyed going to Reykjavik and checking out the town and walking around and seeing everything that it had to offer. Now here at Jaunts with John T, we go on jaunts around the world, around the country, around the state, around the city, and sometimes just around the house. So if that sounds like fun to you, please be sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. That really does help us out. And if you are interested in seeing more of our videos from our trip to Iceland on Viking cruises, you can click right here. That's going to do it for this week. I am John T. And until I can figure out a better sign off, thanks for watching.